Hey, what is up, you guys? Anthony of GamerTacticz here on UYN, and I have decided today we're going to be playing some Banjo Kazooie. I felt that I should be doing a series that I'm just gonna play games that are I'm gonna play some older games, throwback games, and I'm gonna give you some reasons of why I personally like the games as I play. And while I play, I'm also going to give you some facts and some fakes about what has happened and what was meant to be in the game, or depending. I know a pretty good amount of Banjo Kazooie because as I grew up, it was one of the games that I loved playing the most. So I'm going to not play the one that I was already playing on, and I'm going to go ahead and go play this one. And it's a fresh game. I'm going to start it here. So, one of the things I like the most about Banjo Kazooie is when I was younger, I really didn't get into a lot of games, and I'm not sure why, but something that always appealed to me about this one was it was adventurous. It was something different. And as I got further into it, one thing I did not like was of course, the voice blurbs at the bottom, because I was never a very prominent reader until sometime around middle school. But I've always loved the Banjo Kazooie games. It was one of the first games I ever had from my Nintendo 64, and I grew up on it. And apparently, I have to hit buttons for them to continue talking now. I always hated Grunty, and her voice is so annoying. But, this game is older. I'm not exactly sure when it was released. It was one of the, bigger games from the Nintendo 64, I think. It's right up there in my top 10. I think it's number 2 after Super Mario 64 and maybe Donkey Kong Country. Okay, so I don't get what is happening. It's like freezing when it should just be continuously playing it through. So it might be my Xbox, but I don't know. This is the arcade version for the Xbox, as you saw. I don't have my Nintendo 64 right now, or it would be the Nintendo 64 version. I would much rather be playing it on the original console, but yeah, it's not really possible. Heck, I think this opening scene might take up the entire first video. I hope not, though. But since this one is the Xbox version, I will be getting all the stop and swap items. I know how by heart. If you've seen the picture back there, that's him. That's Banjo walking around in Click Clock Woods area, where there's not an egg, but there's a secret area there. It's not really easy to find, not really hard to find. I don't know how to explain it. I've only been in it once and never been able to find it again. But there's a lot of issues with this game. When it first came out, they had originated with the stop and swap idea. They wanted to be able to take out the Banjo Kazooie cartridge and put in the Banjo Tooie cartridge, which is the direct sequel to Banjo Kazooie. Once you've gotten all the stop and swap eggs and the big ice key, once you'd gotten it, you were supposed to be able to swap them out, and it would give you something special in the next game. And there was stop and swap items in Banjo Tooie also, but they were in a different way, since it was discontinued in the first one. But I don't know. It's just there was also in the first one there was supposed to be a 2-player option where you would play, where the second person would pick up a controller and play through as Ghost Bottles, or that might have been Banjo Tooie, but either way. So here's the first bit of the gameplay, and of course I walk out and I have to talk to the mole. Yeah, I still don't like reading all these voice blurbs. It's annoying. But since I already know how to play the game, I'm going to just skip the tutorials around the world and just continue with it. Meet me at the top of Spiral Mountain. Alright, so the first thing you probably want to do is, if you're a new player, is to come over here, jump up here, and backflip. Get your first extra life of the game. It's kind of helpful. So, along the lines of Banjo Kazooie, one of the things I like the most about it, as I said, it was adventurous, but I always seem to play it around a certain time. But one of the reasons I play it around a certain time is it is one of the things I remember doing with my grandfather before he passed away. So this game is more than just a game. It's just kind of like rooted into my mind, because I can't seem to ever forget about playing it, and I've always just loved the gameplay. And for an N64 game, I always thought the graphics and controllability and everything was pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these honeycomb pieces. Kill this carrot jerk. For those of you who don't know what about Banjo Kazooie, the honeycomb pieces are what give you extra life, and I failed. Another one of the reasons I liked it, I think, is because it's a platformer game. It wasn't, even back then, actually no, back then a lot of the games that were big were platformer games. Now they're all first-person shooters, and you know, I kind of miss the old platformer feel. And when the new Banjo Kazooie came out, nuts and bolts, I was really hoping they would have just chalked the entire thing and started anew when I heard that they were using vehicles in it. But even then, I still got it, of course, when I got my first got my Xbox. But I don't know. The platformers was always better to me. I was never much of a first-person shooter type, so yep. And I'm trying to figure out where the rest of my honeycombs are. Yeah, that's it. Alright, you guys, cutting it to the end of the video. If you like this, I'd hope you'd subscribe to GamerTacticz and UIN Central, and I'll have to get the other pieces next time. Later.